Hey everybody, welcome back. Today I'm going to make a video on taking apart and reassembling a Ruger Mark II 22 caliber pistol. This happens to be my wife's pistol. Is it here? It is cleared, no magazine, nothing in the chamber, safe, good. Now, there's a lot of videos out about this gun, how to disassemble it and how to put it back together. But every one of them I've seen have missed one little trick that makes life so much easier. Okay, take it apart. Actually, two tricks. Okay, to take it apart, one trick. I just use one of the pins from curtain. Makes life so much simpler. On the back, you've got the leaf retaining spring, I guess you'd call it, leaf spring. Use the narrow end of the clip. It just feeds down under, pulls it right out. Doesn't scratch it. Now, take the gun apart, you release that, you pull it out, just like that. And that pulls out. Yeah, there it goes. Takes a little work. It goes all the way through. You can see the hole there. Your bolt comes right out. Now, you can take this bolt apart. It's simple, it's easy. There's your spring. It's held in by two clips. There it goes. Your firing pin is underneath it. Usually you don't need to pull that out. You can. There's a little spring under there. Usually you don't have to pull it out. I'm just going to put this back in. I've already cleaned this. The hardest part about this whole thing for me is putting this back in. You'll see this looks like a little fork on the end of this. See there's a little fork there? And this is a half moon. The half moon goes to the face of the bolt. There's a slot. Fit that in. Make sure this is kind of level. This is kind of fiddling work. There it goes. It's not hard, but now here's the tricks. Inside, let me get some light. There's a hammer. Let me get the hammer up so you can see it. I don't know, can you see that in there? There's a hammer. It's in the way now. In the back here, let me drop the hammer again. Yeah, man, drop down. There it goes. It's kind of hard to see. There's a tab of metal that goes and it slides across the post. You have to have that tab on the side of the post facing towards the rear of the handgun. If it doesn't, you won't be able to lock up the gun. Now, here's where the other trick comes in. You have to fit this in. This fits in and through into the bottom of the bolt carrier. So your bolt carrier slides back in. Sometimes it takes a little fiddling. There it goes. You'll see that hole lines up. Now, every video I've seen shows them holding the gun like this. You fiddle around, you slide this up in like that. You see how that protrudes? That's perfect. That's where you want it. Okay, that pin's in the way. The hammer's in the way. You can't pull this down. Trick. Flip the gun over. Pull the trigger. You'll hear the hammer drop. This goes in. Now you know it's working because there's a little bit of force there. Drop your spring, turn it over. Now, perfect. That took me 10 seconds to put it together. If you don't flip it over and pull the trigger, you're gonna sit here and fight with this handgun for a long time. I figured that out the first time playing with this after about 45 minutes. So, that's it. 2 little tricks for taking this down and putting it back together. It's going to make your life so much easier if you do it that way. Alright guys, this is Ed. I know I sounded like a school teacher, I'm sorry. But that's a little trick I've seen, or I learned the hard way. I have yet to see anyone tell people how to do it. It makes putting this gun back together so much easier, so much simpler. And if it's easy to take apart, easy to put back together, you're going to clean it more often. With a .22, you have to clean it every time you use it. Otherwise, you run into problems. And if it doesn't go back together easy, you're not going to want to clean it. So, let's do it the easy way. Alright, I'll be back. Not sure what I'll be talking about, but we'll find something. Until then, have a nice evening.